It was then when I heard a noise. Something behind me, I thought to myself. I tried to turn round, but before I could, I was shot dead. For alas, my mouse, it was too heavy. For this easy weight reduction mod, you will need a G403 wireless or a G703. I have the G703 here, and I have the cover removed for even less weight. So it's 103 grams with the cover off, as it is. And you'll want to acquire a smaller and lighter battery than stock. So I've got this 250 mAh 3.7 volt battery with a 1.5mm JST plug 3-pin. You'll also need some double-sided tape to mount the battery. Now I'm using very high bond 3M tape, the 4943F edition, and this is the perfect tape for electrical mods basically, so it's perfect for what we're doing. You'll need a small screwdriver. I used a Phillips head 00 size and it was perfectly adequate for the task. A pointy thing for aiding you in taking the mouse feed off your mouse, although to be honest a fingernail will probably work fine. Scissors! And finally, patience, a kind heart, and a good head on your shoulders. Firstly, you want to take the mouse feet off of your mouse. So get your pointy thing or a fingernail and try to find the edge of it and then lift. Like so. Now this has to be done to get to the screws underneath the mouse feet, which we need to remove to disassemble the mouse. So once the mouse feet are off, we can get to unscrewing those screws. So unscrew the bottom set. And repeat for the top set. So lift the feet and get unscrewing. Set the screws to one side where you won't forget them because we will be needing them later to put it back together. Turn your mouse off. Next, you'll want to get a fingernail under the edge where the two parts of the mouse connect, and you'll want to pry it apart. It should pry apart fairly easily. I would start with the back first. And on the front you may find that it sort of stays connected because there's a hinge there. But before you even want to think about the hinge at the front, you want to disconnect this cable, this ribbon cable that connects the bottom half to the top half. And here's the cable you want to disconnect, so just grab it and pull the tab out and it should come out fairly easily. There you go. Now you can worry about the hinge at the front, and what you want to do is, like with any plastic hinge, you want to sort of twist or bend the plastic slightly so it comes free. And don't worry too much about breaking it unless you're extremely heavy-handed, because the materials used in this mouse are fairly sturdy. Well done, Logitech. Eventually you'll have a mouse in two halves, as shown here. Now that you have your mouse in two halves, lay the bottom half down and you'll want to acquire where the JST plug is for the battery. And it's right there. There it is. There it is. And that monolith in the center is actually the battery cover with the battery, and you can see why this mod reduces the weight so much. The battery mod alone should reduce it by about 10 grams. Once you've unplugged that sucker, you'll want to undo the screws. There's one screw here. One screw here, and that's actually the final screw. And it should lift off nicely like that. So easy. Lemon peasy squeezy. And you'll notice here that the original battery is 750 mAh, which means that you will get reduced battery life with this mod. However, it should last around 10 hours with the LEDs off, which is perfectly fine for most of us gamers.
Really?
And the recharge time for the 250 battery is around 40 minutes from a dead flat battery to fully charged, so not bad there. Next, there's an optional step you can take to reduce the weight even further. And that's to remove the powerplay system and the magnets used to hold the cover on, which a lot of us don't need since we're playing with the cover off, and not using powerplay. So, to do that, you'll need to locate the screws for the powerplay system and the magnets, and unscrew those suckers. Remember that these pieces are magnetic, or you may get a fright when they suddenly snap together. Then you'll want to unplug the plug, which is a bit of a pain doing one-handed, I found.
Wow. This thing is a bastard.
I eventually got there though. So the weight of the powerplay module comes in at 2.256 grams according to my scales, so that's a decent saving there. Next, you want to measure the amount of tape needed for this mod, so place the battery on top and mark where you want to cut the tape. Cut the tape! Cut it. Now, your double-sided tape should have a sticky side and a non-sticky side, and what you want to do is place the sticky side onto the new battery, like so. As you can see, it's the perfect bloody size for the battery. I've outdone myself with my choice of tape. Well done me. Next, you want to peel the plastic layer off the double-sided tape, exposing the other sticky side, which is what we'll use to mount it to the PCB. Take your pre-prepared battery and press it in place, simple as that. Try to place it so the weight is evenly distributed. Here you can see where the double-sided tape makes contact with the PCB. As you can see, the contact points are quite small, however, the tape is strong enough that it won't move. Now, take that 1.5mm JST 3-pin plug and plug it into the corresponding socket on the PCB.
Nice.
Now, there comes a moment in every person's life when it's time to reassemble their mouse, and this is one of those times. So what they need to do is reconnect the power cable of the top half of the mouse to the bottom half. Close the two halves of the shell together. Screw, 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 and screw. Stick the bottom set of mouse feet on, followed by the top set. And now we commence the final weigh-in. How many grams did we reduce this mouse by? And it's 92, 91, 90, 91, 90... 90! That's pretty good. Whoa! Did I just see 89? Ooh. So it's around 90 grams. So that's around a 13 gram weight reduction using the battery mod and the power play and magnet removal, over the stock weight of 103 grams without the cover.